You are about to get the last laugh. So get ready. Get ready if you have been waiting for that moment where you can sit back and say, you know what? Now I know what all of that was for. Now I know why that journey had to happen. Now I know why that was the path that I had to take. You're going to be able to say really soon that you understand every single moment that made you feel less than, left out, left behind, denied, delayed, all of that. You're about to understand it. You know why? Because you're about to get the last laugh. Your level up is about to be out of here, like in the stratosphere. And so you're like, well, how is that even possible? You know why? Because that's the law. That's the law. Just like when the sun goes down, it comes up. The sun is about to come up on your dreams, on your goals, because you've done the work. You kept going. The fact that you kept going is what's allowing you to stay in the game. And the fact that you stayed in the game, you had endurance, you had obedience, you didn't give up. You didn't give up, you didn't get bitter. You didn't get resentful. You didn't get jaded. You stayed in the game. You kept your head down. You did the work. You did the research. You did what you needed to do to better yourself, to work on yourself internally. And so now the sun is coming up on all those things that you have always wanted. The sun is about to beam down on and bless everything that has your name on it. Exponentially, that growth is about to happen, because here's the thing, you know if you've done the work or not. You know if you put in the time. You know if you have been bettering whether it's your morning routine, whether it's your work routine, whether it's your outlook, your perspective, because everything begins with a changed mind. Everything begins with a changed mind. So once you have changed your mind about your future and you start walking towards it and you start speaking to it, you have now started speaking to that future, speaking into it. And when you start speaking to it and speaking into it, the actions behind that automatically start lining up. You start putting action in place that line up with that word that you're speaking to your future, to yourself, to that amazing abundance that is headed your way. The sun is about to beam down on everything that you have ever wanted. So again, if you've ever felt like you were last, if you've ever felt like you were left out, if you ever felt like you were delayed or denied, you're welcome, Ryan. If you ever felt like you were delayed or denied, the fact that you stayed the course says a lot. It says a lot about your endurance. It says a lot about your focus. It says a lot about your resilience, and all of that is about to pay off. You know, a lot of people give up right before the door opens. They give up right before the door opens. And a lot of times it's in the fourth quarter, which is where we are right now. We are in the fourth quarter of 2025, getting ready to go into 2026. And some people, some, not all, and not you for sure, but some people have given up. They have said, you know what, this year is a wrap. I'm not even going to try. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm just going to just wait on the new year to come and pray that it's better. However, there are those of you who have stayed in the game. You've stayed in the game and you've kept pushing all the way up to the buzzer. And we're at the buzzer now. And now you're about to see that score go up. You're about to see all of the things that you have wished and prayed for, asked for, journaled about, done YouTube videos about. You're about to see it happen 10 and 20 fold because you stayed the course, you did the work. And let me tell you something. Getting the last laugh has nothing to do with revenge. It has nothing to do with an aha moment, where you can say aha to other people. Getting the last laugh means, enemy, you didn't get me. It means enemy, you didn't take me out. It means, enemy, I'm still here. It means whatever the elements are out there, I was able to see it through. I was able to get past whatever those things were. That's what getting the last laugh means. And that's what's about to happen with you. You're about to say, yeah, X, Y, and Z could have taken me all the way out the game. This could have been it for me, but it wasn't. I kept going. You're about to be able to get your I remember when story together. All right? I remember when things were like this. I remember when they were like that. I remember when I couldn't even, whatever it is. Fill in the sentence. You can tap in the comments. I remember when, whatever it is, But all of those things are about to turn around. All of those things are about to change. All of those things are now about to work in your favor. And as a matter of fact, they were always working in your favor. However, you know how it is when things are a little rocky and things are a little bumpy. We don't necessarily look at them as things that are working for us. We look at them as things that are happening to us. But when we begin to realize that all of those things were tools, to get us to see certain things, maybe to get us to see what we needed to keep, what we needed to get rid of, what we needed to improve upon, the work that we needed to do on ourselves. The world begins to open up, and that's what's getting ready to happen. The world is getting ready to open up at your fingertips. That's what I mean about the last laugh. You're going to be able to say, wow, I was this close. I was this close to giving up and I didn't. And I'm so glad that I didn't. I'm so glad that I stayed the course. You're going to be able to say, I'm so glad I stuck with it. I'm so glad I stayed in the game. I'm so glad that I kept working on myself. I'm so glad that I kept reading different books or taking different courses or, figuring out what it was that I needed to do to get that grant or get that new job or, pivot so that I could be in a better position, so that I could receive the abundance that's meant for me. You're going to be able to tell that story very, very soon and get the last laugh, especially if, you have not only been saying about yourself, but maybe other people. When is he or she going to get it together? When is he or she going to receive the things that they definitely deserve? Maybe you've been saying that to yourself. Maybe you've been saying to yourself, when am I going to receive the things that I know for a fact in the bottom of my heart I deserve? You know how you look and you say, okay, well, that person is prospering and that person is prospering and this is happening and that's happening and they're able to do this and they're able to do that. Why am I not able to do that? Well, guess what? All of that is beginning to turn around. Why? Because that thought process is turning around. Because it's not about what you can't do. It's not about what you can't do. It's about what you decide that you want to do. And how do you reverse engineer your life, your schedule, your workload, your life, work balance, your spiritual life? How do you reverse engineer all of that so that you can get where it is that you want to go? So that you can get the last laugh. And again, that last laugh is not about revenge or aha to any one person or thing. It's about saying, man, I stayed the course. I stayed in the game. Wow, I did not give up. That's what it's about. It's about looking at yourself internally, and patting yourself on the back and saying, wow, those things did not take me out. Not only did they not take me out, what was meant for bad turned out to be something that was for my good. The things that were meant to level you out are getting ready to level you up. Those things are getting ready to level you up because you're in a different place now. You're in a different headspace now. You're in a place where now you're able to show up authentically. You're able to show up authentically. You're able to give your true, authentic self. You're able to be the person that God destined you to be. You're in a position now where you are ready to walk in purpose. Not only are you ready to walk in purpose, you are walking in purpose. You are participating in your own rescue. You're not waiting for somebody to come along and pluck you out of, your situation or pluck you out of obscurity. You're taking matters into your own hands and you're saying, this is what I want. This is what I see that can happen. These are the talents and the gifts that I have, and I'm about to use them to the best of my ability. I am getting ready to take this dream to a whole nother level because my thinking is now on a whole nother level. That is what's happening, and that, my friends, is what's going to get you the last laugh. So get ready. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Get ready to tell that I remember when story. Get ready to tell people how you were this close to giving up and you didn't. Get ready to tell people how you were this close to just, throwing the towel in and saying, you know what, I'm done. But you didn't. You stuck to it. You stayed the course. And look where you are now. You, my friends, are going to be able to tell that story very, very, very soon. Very soon. Because that's what's happening. You are about to get the last laugh. And again, we are in the second month of the last quarter of the year. And we're locked in. We are locked in to this level up. We are locked in to what the next level of the game looks like. We are locked in all the way until that buzzer hits. In other words, we are not going to stop until it's done. We're not going to stop until it's done, and we're showing up authentically and presenting our best selves to the world. We know what our worth is. We know what we have to offer, and we are walking in that. We are walking in true purpose. We are walking in abundance. We are walking in the blessings that God gave us. Finally. And we're not letting the world tell us any different, because the world will have you thinking that the only thing that you're worth is staying stuck in that grind or staying stuck in that matrix. The world will have you thinking that, but you're way beyond that. You're way beyond that, and it's time for that to be shown. It's time for you to believe it. And it's time to activate. It's time to activate. All of that belief, all of that sticking to the script, keeping your head down doing the work, making sure that you put the time and the energy in to improving yourself, your life, the path that you're on, making sure that you stay focused, because there's a lot of stuff out here that will get you unfocused, but you've stayed focused, you've stayed dedicated, your discernment is at an all-time high. Your discernment is at an all-time high. Oh, yes. You are about to get the last laugh. So get ready. It's about to be amazing. 2026. We are ushering it in with a whole new vibe and a whole new way of looking at things. And it's about to be amazing. All right, I love you guys. It's your girl, Felicia. Don't forget to comment. Let me know in the comments where you are in your shift. If you know for a fact that this is your season, you're ready to walk in it. Even let me know where you're located. You know, what city, state, country you're tuning in from. Don't forget to subscribe so that you can continue to get more motivation, more tips on leveling up, reimagining our lives at any age and at any stage. And we're going to take this journey together. Together, we're going to take this journey on getting to what our next looks like. All right. So you guys have an amazing Friday. It's going to be a beautiful day. And I love you guys. Until the next video.